What it do, y'all? Had to take it back. What it do, y'all? Had to take it back. Had to take it back for a second, real second. What y'all got popping on this Wednesday, hump day? That it is. And so today we're gonna be discussing the recap of Payback that we had to look forward to last Saturday. Definitely was a good show. They didn't do a lot of heavy promotion to really building the card up, but for what it was, I can say it was definitely worth the money. Definitely worth the $9.99 on Peacock. But I will say they about to change that to $11.99. I'm like, look, I understand it's a pandemic and all, but what the problem was, I was paying $5.99 when this shit first started and I transferred from the network. That's the only reason I got Peacock, just so I could watch the WWE pay-per-view in the office. But don't worry about all that right now. But let's get on into it, y'all. As you know, I'm not really covering much on the pre-show. I ain't got time for all the talking that they be doing on there. So let's get diving right on to it. Our first matchup was the GOAT, the greatest woman wrestler of all time, Trish Stratus Faction Guaranteed, versus the man, Becky Lynch. And there wasn't no title on the line right here. This was just straight for props. This was war. This was probably one of the best cage matches I've seen in a long time. Trish and Becky absolutely left it all out there on the floor. Gotta give them props for that. Absolutely. Hold on, y'all. Give me just a moment. Let me take a quick break. Hold on. I'm back, y'all. I had to get some air in here. Boy, it was a little hot. I had to turn that AC back on. But yeah, and my fan. Hot days. But yeah, back to Trish and Becky. Like I said, it's one of the best cage matches I've seen in a long time. You know, coming out, I liked how Trish came out. And I ended up watching a video on social media where the guy was just like, "You're gonna lose, Trish. You're gonna lose to Rebecca." And she just walked up and like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm like, oh. Came in my pants a little bit. God damn, you about to make me pee. But for real, I was like, that shit was sexy. That was hot. But anyway, on to the action. Like I say, they were real physical. They looked like they meant it. That bulldog that Trish hit off the top rope. Man, I know her ass is hurting because that ring is not forgiving. You know, I think that's one of the things we forget about. Like that mat ain't soft. It is not soft. I also liked it a lot of fighting that they had going on at the top of the cage. I knew there was gonna be some Zoe Stark interference. I didn't know when it would pop up. But as Trish was trying to escape, Becky was trying to escape, who would show their ugly head? Zoe Stark. Coming through trying to mess over my girl Becky, but Becky was able to go ahead and fight off a 2-on-1 situation and beat the numbers game and get that win. And I thought this last run from Trish has been spectacular. I know she broke her nose in the Money in the Bank match, but she's been back. And this cage match was just like the cherry on top of her illustrious career. You know, Trish Stratus, I've been watching wrestling a long time. Nothing but respect and admiration for Trish. You know, her transition into even getting serious in the ground game and her getting her skills up was all her hard work. And shout out to Becky. You know, I've been a fan of the man since she came out back when she was even, you know, just straight Irish was her gimmick. You know, Becky on the mic is damn near unmatched. I also liked how they set up the Tiffany Stratton feud after this feud is kind of concluded, and we still might have something to do with Zoe and Trish. Mentor versus mentee. You never know. But all in all, I give this probably the best match on the card for me. And then we move on to our second match of the night, which is going to be well, before we even get that, I want to go over to John Cena, who is still over. I mean, you can't tell me when you hear that music. You hear that music, it don't run through you, man. Like, it's something about it. You know, just for that, I even got to run it back. I even got to let it play for y'all just so I can feel the goosebumps myself. Yeah. Your time is up, my time is now. And it's always good to see that boy John come on back, and I love his interaction with the Miz. They even brought back up their WrestleMania match where the Miz was victorious in order to establish my boy Miz as a real threat. And of course, our next match is gonna be the Miz versus the Megastar, L.A. Knight. Yeah. And I can definitely say I've been on the L.A. Knight bandwagon for a long time now, and it's finally good to see this man get some of the props and get the love and the attention and the push that he deserves. You know, I told my homeboy, man, even at the match back at the Royal Rumble, I told him, I said, man, he's gonna drop this match to Bray Wyatt because this is Bray comes back match. R.I.P. my boy Bray Wyndham Rotunda. Love you, big dog. But I say nobody's gonna remember if LA Knight loses this match in 2 months. And sure enough, he has the rocket strapped to his back right now, man. Let me talk to you. You feel me? The man is just over right now, and I'm glad WWE's finally not ignoring the fans on this. It reminds me so much of Kofi Mania, man. My bad, y'all. I had to spark up that stogie. But I could definitely say LA Knight was real intense as he came out. John Cena announced himself as being the special guest referee. You know, Miz did take some funny shots at his clothes, though. He gotta dress the part, he gotta look the part. And as they Cena called it right down the middle for Miz. He didn't show any kind of favoritism for LA Knight. He didn't show any kind of favoritism for the Miz, which you definitely wouldn't. You know, and I almost thought the Miz was about to steal it when he hit him with the skull-crushing finale. And out of nowhere, LA Knight kicks out. And that's when I knew my boy was about to pull it off. You know, Miz ends up almost hitting Cena. All of a sudden, he gets behind him, hits him with a slam, hits the LA Knight elbow, and then he gets him with the finish. Bam! 1, 2, 3. In the middle of the ring, John Cena raises the hand of the Megastar, and we have a nice moment of the two as they get to the aisle, and they're walking back, and LA Knight's talking his shit, you know, and John Cena takes the referee's shirt off, and he lets him know that, you know, I got nothing but respect for you, offers him a handshake, and after a little bit of debate, LA Knight takes it. Sort of like a passing of the torch moment, a stamp of approval, if you will. But I could definitely say that was needed. My bad, y'all. Make good games. And so the next match we get to is our first title match where we have Austin Theory, A-Train down, versus the living legend, the Hall of Famer, the Lucha Libre God, Rey Mysterio Jr. for the United States Heavyweight title. Like I said, I love the entrance of A-Train. Love that my boy's looking really good, looking like $1 million, but he's still working on that character level. So I did not expect him to go over here, but you never know. WWE could have threw a swerve like with A-Train losing the belt. I love Rey's entrance attire as well. Rey's always smooth, always catches the crowd eye. You know, the kids love his outfits. I mean, shit, even me technically, still love him. I love that sliding DDT that Ray did to the outside. That thing looked awesome. And I can never just give Theory enough props. Like, dude has a really awesome move set. Like, he was putting Ray in some shit, and he's great being in a match with Ray where he can be that big power guy, where he can be the dominant babyface, and Ray is just so good at working as the babyface from underneath. Great match. And I was surprised that Ray ended up getting the win. Out of nowhere, rolls him up and gets the W. Gets that dub for the LWO. And then, of course, we get to the street fight with Judgment Day. With Kevin Owens with Judgment Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Raw SmackDown Tag Team titles of the world. So, of course, it was street fight rules, and that right there let me know it was gonna be some funny business involved. Like, I just knew Dirty Dom was gonna make an appearance. I knew Mommy was gonna pop up, and I even thought J.D. McDonough was gonna rear his head and affect the outcome of this match. And once again, I was not surprised. KO was definitely the MVP of this match. He was looking like a young or older Stone Cold Steve Austin the way he was going out there giving them stunners on. Nobody take that stunner like The Rock, but yeah, and Priest has looked so dominant, getting in better shape, man. He's really did his thing and really worked on improving his body, and you can tell it makes a lot of difference on how he looks in the ring. He looks legit, and of course, the number game was gonna come into play in this match because it's the Judgment Day. I mean, that's Factions 101. If you got a faction and you're a heel stable, you're supposed to take advantage of it. You're supposed to use it to your advantage to keep the gold. And in this case, win the gold. Because now everybody in the stable got a belt. Rhea got a belt. Dom got a belt. And she had already let Finn and Balor know, if you guys don't get these belts on Sunday, it was going to be some changes in Judgment Day. And I don't think Priest or Finn wanted to find out what Mommy was talking about. So they went out there and they did the thing, and they got those titles from off of KO and off of Sami. And I honestly feel like it was time for a switch up. It was time. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn had the belts since WrestleMania when they beat the Usos, ending their historic, groundbreaking reign as the longest champions in WWE tag team history. But since then, what feuds have they really had that really kept? I mean, they wrestled the Judgment Day a couple times earlier. They beat Imperium. I think they beat even the Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad Gable. And it looked like they might have had a program coming up with the Street Profits, as they had this renewed focus being under Bobby Lashley. But again, we have to wait on seeing that happen. We have to wait. But overall, I did enjoy this street fight. Kevin Owens doing the swanton dive from the crowd, man. Excellent. I mean, even the clothesline he gave Jay McDonough after Jay McDonough comes down and saves the Judgment Day. Saves them, because without them, the boys was gone. Even Dirty Dom helped winning the match. Boom! Hitting Sami Zayn in the head with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and having Finn Balor roll over and make the cover. 1, 2, 3. You know, you look at it, you're like, man, I want to see where this story goes. I'm really excited about the Judgment Day and seeing where this story possibly develops. They're now the tag team champions. They're now the women's world champion. They now are the North American champion. And they have the Money in the Bank. They got a lot of gold around their waist. You know, it's the second best saga we got going right now. I would say next to the Bloodline, even though the Bloodline has really come to almost a screeching halt. They just kind of picked it back up lately with the Jimmy Uso thing he got with Solo, but that's for another time. Probably gonna save that for my review of SmackDown this week. Well, actually, it's probably going to come Saturday because currently DirecTV is having an issue with the regional network down here, and we do not have Fox. So I won't be able to watch my New Orleans Saints. Shout out to the Saints. Who that? Who that? And I can't watch SmackDown currently unless I'm watching it on Hulu. So it'll probably definitely be Saturday for me doing the review video. And I definitely still need to watch Dynamite to review that also. I'm gonna be making a recap of just my thoughts on the CM Punk incident that's going on in AEW right now. I know we've seen a lot of great content from Booker T, Big Kev, Kevin Nash, Corny. We even went off. I knew that was coming up. And then we get to Rhea Ripley's match for the Women's World title. Now, since the Judgment Day has this belt, we want to see if Rhea's going to keep her belt. And she's facing off against Raquel Rodriguez. And so I want to see how this is going to go. You know, Rhea is so used to being the dominant person in the match. It's different seeing her match up against someone that is kind of on equal footing. Raquel, to me, can really be a huge asset for the women's division. My only thing is I don't like the way they book her as a babyface. They make her smile too damn much. And it's like nobody's that damn happy all the time. They're just not. If they are, I ain't meet them yet. I don't know if I want to meet them. I need some reality. But anyway, great match by the two. I remember one point Rhea was bleeding from the nose, and she even blew her nose out on Raquel, like snot. But of course, Dirty Dom comes down and makes an impact in this match as he slightly distracts Raquel. She ends up giving him a slam. Out of nowhere, Rhea comes back, boom, Riptide, 1, 2, 3. And now it's time for the Judgment Day to celebrate as they have all the gold. I like seeing John Cena backstage interviewing Finn and Damian Priest. He was bent down because there's no way Finn is that much taller than John Cena. I refuse to believe it. I just refuse to. And then we get to our final match of the night. Shinsuke Nakamura challenging Seth freaking Rollins, the champion of Monday Night Raw. I was excited for this match only because I knew the level and skill of the two wrestlers that were going to be locking up in this match. Shinsuke, world-renowned wrestler from New Japan. He's been over WWE a little bit. Won a Royal Rumble. Didn't do much else besides win the IC title a couple times with a Rick Boone. Yeah. But yeah. And then you got Seth, who breakout star of the Shield, was with the Authority, multi-time heavyweight champion. Royal Rumble winner. Man even beat Brock Lesnar. Money in the Bank cash-in winner at WrestleMania, of all places. Married to the Man. And it just, I was really wondering, where is this gonna go? And honestly, I've been loving the promos from Shinsuke, with him just sitting there and talking that cotton, talking that he be talking that cash money. And it was a great match. I love the psychology of the match. Shinsuke steady going after the back, no matter what, not even leaving off, and even going for a pin sometimes to hurt Seth, to make him expend energy before he kicks out, steadily weakening the opponent at the same time. Just excellent ring psychology in this match. Seth choosing to do the Frankensteiner rather than doing the suplex into the Falcon Arrow just to preserve his back. Bravo. Bravo. the great Muda being out there watching this match. Gave it a special feel. And of course, Seth ended up winning because I don't think Shinsuke's the guy to beat him, but you didn't feel like Shinsuke was automatically gonna lose. I know that I didn't. The way Shinsuke was booked, the way he sounded, the way he acted in the ring, I legit thought he had a chance to win. And they had hit the reset button to see, okay, where can we go from here? But again, gotta give props for the match, gotta give props to the talent involved. This was a great match to close out the card, and we also found out that Shinsuke did go ahead and attack Seth Rollins again after they went off the air, and I just kind of expected it because Seth was just on his knee, bent down, like he just kind of expected something. Just expected something to happen. And for me, I also have a problem with how it played out because I think of Damian Priest, and I'm just like, man, Damian Priest got this Money in the Bank title shot. And Seth Rollins just went through this grueling match where his back is probably shredded to pieces. And you don't come out and cash in that Money in the Bank title shot? You don't come out and absolutely destroy this man and get this belt around your waist? The logic bothers me there. It bothers me there because I look at it from a competitive standpoint. I'm trying to take that belt now. That is gonna belong to me. That's just how I look at it. But anyway, y'all, overall solid show. I can definitely say I really enjoyed it. Hope y'all did too, and if you haven't, go ahead and check that out. When you check that out, make sure you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button too. I almost got the graphics coming, y'all. It's just about to be looking real wavy around here. But I appreciate anybody that's following my page, following likes or the reels, anything. Y'all be breezy.